Did he say colored?
Oh, no, he was saying the word. It was a white guy, too. And I'm
what
like,
word?
That word that was on the thing that was on there.
What word is that?
I showed it to you, David. Come on.
Tell me what it is.
I can't tell. Here.
It's Black History Month. What word?
I could say it. You giving me the pass?
What is it?
I don't know. What's
Hey, what up? This your boy David Lucas, and we got another episode of Fishing with David Lucas. And today we got the infamous Samcrac. What's up, dog?
What's going on, David?
What's up, man? The Tampa, Florida Adam Sandler.
That's me. That's what I'm known as.
For real?
Well, I fix cars as well.
Yeah, I know you fix cars. Everybody knows Samcrac. He fixes cars. He buys some cars at the junkyard and then fixes them up and then sells them for like $1 million, right?
No way. That's not how that's one of the fallacies about the automotive business. Everybody thinks you're going to make all this money. You got these guys online flipping cyber trucks and stuff. You know how many of those guys are losing money? They're all making their money like you make your money, David, with social media, you know?
Right.
That's where it seems to be at nowadays.
So we out here fishing today. Down in some Florida water, we got live shrimps.
David and I tried to get the most exotic baits possible.
No, we didn't.
We did.
This is regular bait in Florida, dog.
Yeah, but you were asking for the best stuff.
No, I just wanted some like finger mullet.
Finger mullet. I don't even know what that looks like. It's funny because
my bait fell off.
They had shrimp and what was it? Squid. And that's what I always used to fish with was squid. And I go, why don't we just get some squid, man? And you were like, nah. Well, you don't want to get.
I just don't want to be stinky.
Yeah. It's part of the game, right?
I told that nigga to give me a net.
So.
He didn't know what a net was.
Yeah.
He was like, net?
He didn't know a few things, David. All right. We're going out this way.
Oh, there you go. That's decent. Now lock the bezel.
So how often you fish out here?
Any chance I get, I be here.
I know you like Tampa. You seem to be in Tampa a lot. This is the second time we went fishing. First time we went fishing.
Let it sit.
All right. See, I'm used to going out in a boat, and you know those gray snappers. You just don't stop getting the bites from the gray snappers, you know?
Yeah, but what you do a lot of offshore, right?
Offshore, yep. That's the only sort of fishing I know. Anytime I ever tried fishing in like a local lake.
No, just leave it. It's a shrimp.
Leave it.
It's gonna do what it do.
See, that's the thing. I'm used to just rolling it up and getting the fish on it. So I've got nothing. So I'm gonna cast out again.
Yeah, cast it back out.
Thank you for teaching me how to fish. That's the basis of this podcast.
Yeah, let it do what it do. Throw it back out there. Hopefully we get on a fish we can actually cook. A croaker, a mullet. Some sheephead would be nice. That's good eating. I think we're too far from the mouth to get a sheephead.
I'm hoping I just get anything.
Yeah, there you go.
Redeem myself after last time.
Close a little bit. Reel it in a little bit. Get that slack out. Now you can just chill with it in your hand.
How many people come on you have to teach them how to do a little fishing?
Quite a few, bro. The people who always need to learn how to do fishing, I had a couple of UFC fighters, jiu-jitsu guys on. They do that. They're fighters and they didn't know how to fish. Nicky Rod knew how to fish, but not Gordon Ryan. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was kind of funny to me.
So when this thing starts biting, you're gonna see this move. That's it.
Yeah, I'll see. Oh, a fish just popped over there. You saw that?
No, I didn't see it.
That splash. But no, the rod tip. That's why you get the slack out of your line. So like you'll see like the rod tip start to do like this, Sam.
Yeah. That's like the video games. That's how I learned how to fish.
Yeah.
Video games. Yeah.
But you grew up around here.
I'm kidding. We used to go out on the boat, do fishing, like I said, but it was. You go to wherever they said the hole was, you go to the GPS, and you know these fish finders 20 years ago, they had them, but they didn't work real well.
Right.
You go out, and then you drop your line, and
nowadays, bro, you can get the live scope, bro. It'll tell you how deep the fish is. You can even see the fish like chasing your bait. It's crazy, bro.
That is crazy.
Fish have gotten, not really so much in the ocean, but in lakes, fish have gotten a lot of high pressure. So like that's why all these companies, because like when I was a kid fishing, bro, you had the flying fish, or whatever that was. You had like the rattle trap, you had the Rapala, black rubber worm. Now, bro, they got all these realistic glide baits, swim baits, because the fish are just getting more pressure and they're getting smarter to what we got.
This is giving me ideas. I think that we need a David Lucas, fishing thing that you see on Home Shopping Network,
Like what? Like a pole?
The thing that like, you ever seen on like Shark Tank or these ads seen on TVs, they move all around, they do funny things.
Something like that, like a lure that just...
Yeah, a lure, yeah.
Oh yeah, buy it now, $14.95.
You could do a good job on that.
I'll sell lures, and on each lure, it'll have a customized roast.
There you go.
Would you buy one?
I sure would.
What would you do with it?
I don't know. I'd probably I know it wouldn't work very well, so I would just probably keep it.
Why wouldn't it work?
I don't know.
You have no faith in me, bro. That's crazy.
I know about you, David,
What you know?
We've spent one other day together. No, a little bit.
But a whole day. We went to 3 different lakes?
It was hot as heck. We didn't catch anything. You caught one fish. I remember one fish.
A bass. Yeah, I had to switch it up, bro. That lake, you told me about a whole bunch of like cancer
They're all
kids.
little ponds around.
Did you say some kids with cancer?
Oh yeah, no.
They came and caught a whole bunch of fish?
Blind kids caught more fish than we did, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That was the day to go out. They have more sympathy for them,
Blind children. Blind children. Imagine you get outfished by a blind person. Who was throwing it in for them?
I don't know, man. I think they were doing it by feel, they had
bro.
braille rods,
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. How'd you get into the fixing cars now?
Oh man. I always wanted something I couldn't have.
Really?
Based on like the idea of obviously something expensive or something that when I grew up, my dad always told me, you get a Mercedes or you get an Audi, you go to the dealership, it's thousands of dollars to fix those. Right. Even back then it was. And so I'm like, man, I want those, but my dad's painting this real bad picture of what ownership is like with those. Right. And it seems like, and I think a lot of people still think this to this day, the only people that can fix it are the people that, professionals.
Right.
And so it just started with looking for cheap projects. And initially I was scared away from them. Finally, trying to think the first kind of project-y broken thing I bought was, I think like an Audi TT. It wasn't broken when I bought it. Within a week it was broken. And I just had to get in there and fix it. So I was reading, this is before a lot of videos, I was reading forum posts. Okay. How to fix this problem. I borrowed a toolkit from my girlfriend at the time's father, and I put this thing together. It ran, it worked. And in between, when I didn't have the confidence to do it, I'd be scouring Craigslist, like looking for mobile mechanics. Oh. I've seen, those are the people that you probably don't want working on your car.
Really? They don't know what the hell they're doing.
Well, it's just funny, man. But they don't. One thing about cars, like people that work on cars, and I've seen this at the best facilities, and you see it a lot at the worst ones, they don't care about your car, Right. It's like, it's not theirs.
Right.
But mobile mechanic is an interesting thing. I'm sure that there's legitimate mobile mechanics, but when you're scouring the bottom of the barrel, like I'm the worst. I call 3 places and get the lowest quote, go with that guy. And 2 out of 3 times you let down, right?
Really?
Well, you
pay for what you get. That's what my granddad always taught me. You pay for what you get.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you see that a lot when it comes to weird stuff like this, mobile mechanic. And that's the thing. I've been able to teach myself how to fix, obviously real basic, but to some complex things. But I still learn as I'm doing these things that I don't know everything, and there's a reason why there are trained mechanics.
You ever got a car running that you didn't think you would ever get running?
Oh boy. One of them, sure, a Range Rover.
Really?
I reluctantly bought it at the auction. It was an hour and a half away. I go, what a waste of time. I paid $1,400 for it.
Yeah.
Like, this is a waste. It was some crummy dealer just dumping some car. And this is one of those ones where I had no faith in it, didn't think it would do anything. Record myself getting it, it's dead. I go and I make a video on it. It does like 3 or 4 million views.
For real?
Yeah.
Damn.
And so from there, it was, once I got it running, it had every possible thing wrong with it. So it wasn't like just it had a blown head gasket, it did. The electrical system that starts
Oh, there we go. See something nibbling on this one?
on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just sitting over here just...
Look at that, look at that.
But yeah, like it had every possible thing wrong. And so once I figured out 4 things stopping it from running, got it running, ran real bad, and then I just had fun with it.
Little fish. And what year Range Rover was it?
So it was like a 2004, I think. It was when BMW was
You
making.
got my ass. Range Rovers are horrible cars if you don't get them new.
You know, they're
I had one, bro, and I think I never buy it used, and the one I had was fairly new, bro. And then I think I had a great dealer. I was working with a great car dealer, and thank God it was still under warranty. But I think I drove it for like 3 weeks, and I'm not even able to drive that much because you know I'm always somewhere on tour. I drove for like 3 weeks, and then when I came back, the check engine light was on. I'm like, what the? So the thing about the Range Rover, the check engine light can come on if the gas cap is not on tight enough or any little weird thing.
Yeah.
So I had to take it. It was something crazy that would have cost me like $7,000, but it was still under warranty. It was in this shop maybe like 8 weeks. And then I got it back, and then something else happened. I said, bro, take this car. I said, I don't care what you got to do, but I'm not leaving with another Range Rover.
I have had, so the first one was $1,400 I was just telling you about. And that wasn't a big deal because it was $1,400. But then I bought another one with a bad engine, tried rebuilding it. The thing about engine building, and we talked a little bit about like building cars, LS is American stuff.
Right.
There's a lot of information, everyone does it, so you can get it done. European stuff has to be so perfectly done. If you were to miss or do one thing wrong while everything's apart, you're gonna start it up, it's just never gonna work.
Damn.
And so Range Rovers, I've got a terrible relationship with Range Rovers. It took me 3 of them. The last one I bought was the most expensive one I bought, $24,000. I just saw a fish over there, John. And $24,000 is what I paid for it. It broke. No joke, I was going on like a 600-mile road trip, one way. It broke 8 miles out. Thank God I was that close to home. I had a trailer and a Ferrari on the trailer when it broke. I was taking it to a friend's shop to get work done in Tennessee. And I went, parked it, ended up fixing it. I let my wife drive it for a year. It made it 3,000 miles before something really big broke. I just sold it a couple weeks ago. I lost over $10,000. We put 3,000 miles on it. And so like...
Why do you think they're so terrible?
Well, people just know that they're unreliable.
But I mean, but like, why do you think that is? Why
they're so engineered for it, like new, like you're saying, or even semi-fresh. They do everything, and they do them as good as a Rolls Royce.
No, it's like that's the thing. Like the drive, you can lower and raise. It has air suspension.
Check this.
Even the audio, the system in there. Like everything was great. It was like it's an unreliable car.
Well, and you got to think. So like the one I had, it had.
Which one did you have?
I had an autobiography long wheelbase, like the most expensive one you could buy.
Oh, they got you, bro.
They got me. I felt something on it.
So you tripping.
But I bought it with 100 and something thousand miles. I didn't think I would lose much because the autobiographies tend to do a little bit better, but still, like, no. It was also, you know, a few years ago we had this crazy car market, and so when you were selling, you would always win. But
pre-pandemic.
Yeah, well, no, around the pandemic.
Oh, okay.
Remember everyone went out and started buying cars and they were ridiculously
that's
expensive?
when like the Tesla Model 3 was going for like 40K used. Yeah.
And now they're 15 grand and Hertz is getting rid of like hundreds of them. So
that's true.
Yeah, Range Rovers, just people know that they're unreliable, you know. The fact that they're so over-engineered. The thing that broke on mine, which doesn't even come on all of them, right? It comes on the expensive ones, is the hydraulic suspension line. And I was looking at it every which way. You wouldn't think it's a big deal. It's one hose, but the way it was routed, I'm pretty sure I had to take the whole entire engine out to get to the son of a gun, you know? And so it's like, I'm not doing that.
Right.
Instead, I lost, you know, $10,000 on the thing.
That's like something on my truck, bro, where you have to pretty much split the cab to get it. It's some sensor.
But since you've got a gasoline engine in your truck, most things can be done,
Right.
with the cab still on, most. You know, and that's the thing, these big diesel trucks, you got to take the cab off. But you know, those diesel mechanics, they know how to get that cab off in an hour and a half sort of thing, 2 hours. They've been doing it all day, every day. And so that's the difference between a guy like me, a shade tree.
Right.
I got to learn the first time. It's gonna take
Why don't you
me
do
3
a
days.
mobile mechanic thing? I think people would love to have Samcrac pull up to their house.
You know, it would be fun. Oh, I just
You got one?
feel something. Come on. There was
Crack,
something
I don't
on
think
there.
you can fish.
Nah. Oh, I still got my bait though.
Throw it back out there.
But no, that would be fun.
Let him eat it.
Let's get that out there.
Chunk it out that far.
Let's see. Mobile, I see some of these guys. Oh, there we
God
go.
damn,
I cross lines, David, and now
Really?
we're gonna
Just
have
real,
a problem.
real,
Look
real.
at that.
No, real, you good. Really.
All right, I'm trying to see.
Come on, Adam Sandler. Send your goddamn
There we go.
Big Daddy.
Hold on. Look at this.
Where Frankenstein at?
There we go. All right, let me cast this standing up and then.
You Adam Sandler's for real. Y'all dressed the same. You sure got that nigga head.
You know, I crossed it kind of again.
Nah,
Nah,
you
that'll
bitch.
work.
You bitch. When did you realize you look like Adam Sandler?
Oh man, I've been
Are
told
you
that.
Adam Sandler?
I've been told that since middle school.
Are you him?
I saw a dude this morning that looked more Adam Sandler than Adam Sandler, and I'm going, everyone thinks I look like Adam Sandler. I think there's some funny photos where he's wearing sunglasses and he's like outside in gym shorts, and that's very much my
That's
style.
how you dress, yeah.
And I saw it, I'm like, oh my God, if someone didn't tell me this wasn't a photo of me.
I started doing it.
Yeah.
I would.
Oh, I posted one on Instagram once, and people got a kick out of it. Yeah.
Really? I might post it today and say, look, I met Adam Sandler's came
Come
over.
on. I felt a bite again, David. We're
You
doing good
bullshit
here.
now.
I swear to you. Either that or I'm just like,
Hey, look, reel it back in.
and let it go. Just wait for it.
Yes, bro.
Look, no, well, that's not, I'm telling you, I felt a bite. David, I've fished 1 or 2 other times before. I know what it feels like when you get a bite. You know?
Well,
I'm not as avid a fisherman as you are, though. Obviously.
Troy it, like the Jamaicans say, Troy it out there.
All right, let's just kind of.
There you go. Let it sit.
All right, I'm letting it sit. I'm going to take the slack out.
This how I was fishing with my kids, bro. I'm like, let it sit.
All right, here we go. It's sitting. Get some slack out of it, and that's it.
All right,
there we go.
Let that bit sit till you see the. Hey, yo, what up? This your boy David Lucas, man, and I'm here to tell you how amazing Ridge wallets are. I got the carbon fiber Ridge wallet, and you should try it out. Are you tired of having a big, bulky wallet, bro, making your pockets all fat and stuff? Everybody want to be slim and trim in 2025, and nobody wants to walk around with big pockets unless it's filled with money. So you definitely don't want to have a big pocket because you got a big old wallet. So get a Ridge wallet. It's very durable and it's sleek and it's made with great material like titanium, carbon fiber. You can get a gold one, you can get a red one. Like I said, I got the carbon fiber one. You can hold up to 12 cards in your Ridge wallet plus some cash, bro. That's more than enough for date night. And the cool thing is they're made with premium material like aluminum, titanium, carbon fiber, and they come in over 50 colors. And guess what? Ridge wallets have a lifetime warranty. And guess what else is so exciting about this Ridge wallet? It comes with RFID blocking technology. You put your cards in that Ridge wallet and nobody can just wipe by and swipe your information. Right now, Ridge is having their once a year anniversary sale. Get up to 40% off at ridge.com/FDL. Just head to ridge.com/FDL to see their biggest sale of the year. Again, get up to 40% off at ridge.com/FDL. Just head to ridge.com/FDL to see their biggest sale of the year. After you purchase, they will ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that our show sent you. Yo, what up, baby? It's 2025, and we're trying to make sure that you're doing your best humping. We're trying to make sure you're having the best sex of your life. And guess who's going to help you do that? Blue Chew. Have better sex with Blue Chew. It's the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex. And starting now, Blue Chew is offering a combo so strong it'll knock your socks off and your neighbor's socks off. You'll have to move towns with the amount of noise you'll be making. Body rocking, knocking the boots. Guys, you better be ready when the time comes. And guess what? Get a free month of Blue Chew right now. Great sex is only a few clicks away, bro. Sign up at bluechew.com, consult with one of our licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days.
And the good thing is Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped directly to your door. And you get them in a discreet packaging. Make life easier by getting harder and discover your options at BlueChew.com. And we've got a special deal for all of our listeners. All of you who are listening to my podcast right now, Fishing with David Lucas, we got a special deal for you. Try your first month of Blue Chew free when you use promo code DAVID. Just pay $5 shipping. That's promo code DAVID. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this podcast. Peace.
So what'd you do before the cars?
So I actually worked in radio a little bit.
Really?
And the first radio station.
Let me hear your radio voice. Say this is KTLA, Tampa, 93.5.
There was some, I had a terrible radio voice. You know, it's so funny when you start
did the
out.
ads?
No, I did do a couple voiceover things, but no, I was a producer behind the soundboard.
Okay.
And it's funny, and you know how like things happen in life? I know that you've had this same sort of stuff happen, but I interned for like small radio station, then I was on one of the really large programs in the area as an intern for about a year, and I tried so hard with that radio station to get a job, but they were going to put you in like a back corner somewhere, you know?
Wow.
And I went it was the traffic department where you're reading, you know, crash on Buffalo Street. And the guy was like, he's like, read it again. Like you could tell he wanted me to get the job because I was a good intern, I'd show up, but he just didn't like the way, and he, you know, ghosted me essentially. I never even heard, no, you didn't get it. No, I saw them interviewing other people, which meant I didn't get the job because I was at the station. But
right.
I look back and this other guy got the job, and he was a great intern, but he even had one of those things, what is it, where they do that surgery and you kind of got a funny voice because
you can do a surgery.
He had some sort of thing, you know, when your nose.
Oh, like the septum.
Yes, yeah, okay. Deviated septum.
Yeah.
He had to get the surgery for that, right? And so he just naturally had a goofy voice. He knew he had a goofy voice. But he got some job there. And I'm like, man, they hired that guy. They didn't like my voice, but they hired the guy with the deviated septum.
Ain't no telling what your voice sounded like then.
That's true. But I mean, I was still like, I had hit puberty by that time.
Yeah.
And anyway, but I look back on so many things like that, not getting that job. I interviewed at an Apple store, and I'm like, there's no way I won't get this. Like, I show up to work on time. I love computers. I always love tech. And they looked at me like, you're a piece of shit. Like, the lady interviewing me was like so angry. And I just remember, I'm like, man, that went awful. I never had an awful interview, and she just didn't like me. I never heard back from them. But it was all that downtime. I worked at the radio station. I made no money, but I would hustle computers on the side. So I'd sell them on eBay.
So you already had like an idea of putting stuff together.
Well, I definitely worked on computers before, but like when it came to cars, and you start real small, you know, changing a filter, doing your oil, and then it's like the first, I mean, I think I had a stroke of luck of doing things like then changing a thermostat, which is a relatively easy job I think most people can do. And then it was like changing a radiator, and then the car started getting more interesting. So like, I had to do a radiator on a V12 Mercedes. It's like, well, geez, at the dealership, they charge you how many thousand to do this? I just did it with borrowed tools and, you know.
Right.
To this day, most of the jobs I do, I still use one of those $99 mechanics tool sets they sell at like Home Depot or Walmart.
Wow, that's crazy.
You can get a lot of stuff done with that. But anyway, yeah, radio for a while. I was always, but again, I didn't make a lot of money doing that. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And, you know, you meet a lot of people doing that, and then that's kind of, the sad part about that is I always loved leading edge tech, right?
Yeah.
But like radio, you knew you were going to be out of a job. It's just a matter who listens to AM, FM radio. Not many people.
Oh, you were on AM?
I was on AM, yeah. Well, the others, I've been on both, but yes. When I worked, it was for AM radio station, yeah. So
that's gangster.
Like AM, actually, a lot of people still listen to AM.
Old people, my granddaddy.
Old people,
my granddaddy used to.
That's who would call in.
News talk. They would actually call in. What would they say?
Oh boy, I'm thinking of one story I don't even want to tell you.
You got
it was
to.
So like.
You got to tell me.
It was so like one of these funny. I ran the board for this show that was an antique show on the weekends. Okay. So when they have those like weird shows on the weekends, a guy pays for it. And so this guy calls up.
He's just talking about antiques on the.
Oh,
how much would they pay?
What?
To be on the radio?
Oh, back then, I think like an hour would run you $300 a week or something.
Oh, that's not bad.
And I got to tell you, for an hour or half hour, I forget exactly. Weekends was like low end stuff, because think of how many people are getting up to turn on their AM radios Saturday at 11
Podcasting kind of put that out of business.
Totally. Yeah. So antique show, and a guy calls in, and they would call him with all sorts of junk tables and whatever.
Right.
Some guy goes, I got a bank, and it was one of those like
a bank,
like a copper bank, and you might have seen one of these before.
Never.
No, you know copper banks, like old copper, they're like the heavy or iron banks that do little, like they move or they
a
like,
bank?
Yeah, like you wind them up.
up.
Anyway, here I can't. It was one of those things that was so interesting. I'm gonna show you this one, and I'm one of those things where I'm like, I don't want to get in trouble here, but you'll like it because it was so crazy. I'm like, this is the most interesting call I've got all year working at an AM radio station. But then again, afterward, I got a good chewing out for putting this guy in the radio.
I can't find a copper bank.
Hold on, I'm going to show you what this was. This is what the guy called me. This is what it was. It was one of these.
You're racist.
This is the guy he called. This is the story I'm telling you, Dave.
This some happened. Black exploitation. Can I show this on the camera?
You're the one who's showing it. I don't have anything to do with this.
And it's Black History Month.
That's true. So that's what it was. And I'm going, well, this is interesting because you would never see something like this in the store anymore.
I want one.
Walmart doesn't sell this, right?
I want one. How much is that?
Well, I don't know how much this one is. Look at this is like some legit stuff from a private Massachusetts collection, right?
How much is it?
Well, I don't know how much it is. I'll send you one. I'll send you a replica one.
Yeah,
right?
I want one. Fucking black.
Estimate. It sold for $275.
That's not bad.
Not bad. You could probably recycle it with the amount of But anyway, he called with that, and I'm going, so...
Did he say colored?
Oh, no, he was saying the word. It was a white guy, too. And I'm
what
like,
word?
That word that was on the thing that was on there.
What word is that?
I showed it to you, David. Come on.
Tell me what it is.
I can't tell. Here.
It's Black History Month. What word?
I could say it. You giving me the pass?
What is it?
I don't know.
What
Here,
word?
Look at this. Is what they don't even use a word. They just use a letter there.
I can't read.
You can't.
I can't read that. What word? What word is that?
I don't know what it is. But that was a most memorable time working in AM radio.
What does it start with? No, don't try to get away from it.
What does it start with?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm teaching my kids the alphabet right now.
You've never said that word?
I skip that. I skip that letter when we go over the alphabet.
You've never said the N-word.
You know, I've sang along to rap songs before. I know I'm telling you that.
Yeah, I don't care. It's a word. It only holds the power that you allow it to have.
Yeah. And also some dude cut me off in traffic. No, I'm kidding.
Nah, you for real?
No.
So you never said N-word out of anger?
I don't think so.
I call black people the N-word. I don't know. I know.
Yeah, but there's
But I know white people do it. But at that time, I feel like a racist white man. Like when a black person does something to me,
yeah, and
I'm in traffic or wherever, I'm like, look at this fucking. I feel like
Listen,
I'm saying it with the intent of a racist white person. That's how I wanted to hit.
Listen, the last 4 years has me traumatized, David. We're not allowed to do anything anymore.
Yeah, you don't need BLM on your fucking car page.
Yeah, right.
He didn't say it, you motherfuckers.
No, it's funny. Getting political is always fun. I don't mind getting a little. That's not political as much as it is something else, but
I don't even think that's political.
No,
I think
it's been politicized.
I think I don't know. I have N-word. Like there's other ethnic groups saying it outside of blacks.
You know,
Mexicans say it.
You know who says it more? Mexican. You know who says it more than black people?
Puerto Ricans, Dominicans,
Russians.
No, they don't.
You ever been around a group of Russian guys?
Never.
How about, I shouldn't say exactly Russians. Now this is the one I'm going to get crucified for, but Ukrainians. There's pockets of them, and they're really good body men. Some of the best body men you'll find are Ukrainian Russian guys.
And they
seriously.
In the.
Oh my! The young ones say it. I'm like, it's so awkward hearing it from them. Like, you hear, a Hispanic guy saying, like, whatever, But Yeah.
Hey, you want to play a game? Let's see who can hit that boat. You want to do it?
You can do it.
You scared?
I'm afraid they might call
Call who? The N-words?
It looks like those people have said
That's
it a few
retirement
times
right
today.
there. What's up, baby? Come holler at me. Come over here now. Come on.
David, this fishing is about as exciting as the last time we went fishing. What's going on here?
That's why you didn't get that job at the fucking radio, you punk. Don't shut the hell up. It's about the relaxation.
It totally is relaxing.
But you got ADD, I can tell.
Oh, I think I might have.
You can't be still. I have it too. That's how I can notice it.
No, but I'm telling you, when I went fishing, every time I've been fishing up till now, I cast in, pull it up, I cast it and pull it up. I'm not used to this idea of just letting it sit.
Okay, well, cast it and pull it up.
It's so interesting because you say, I want live bait. And I'm always going, why does David want this live bait? And this is why, right? Because you let it do it for
Well,
you.
it depends. I mean, for the show, how distracting would it be if
Be
we were,
catching some every 5 seconds.
They keep getting my damn bait. These mom.
You got a good point there.
How distracting would it be to keep doing that? You know what I'm saying?
Well, for me with the ADD, I would enjoy it actually.
Yeah. Well, throw it out there and reel it in then.
Well, they
Adam
got mine
Sandler.
too. They're smart, these fish.
They're smarter than you.
Much smarter.
I bet they can get a job at the radio.
That's something to this day I could never do, and I really appreciate it because, I just know I would have been doing it. So the other radio station I got a job at, it was not as glamorous. The one was glamorous. It's the local radio station that partners with the nightclubs and partners with the things. So you can get in.
You was getting them hoes.
Free anywhere. You could get free food.
Right.
The other one was real work, It was a conservative talk radio station that was, respectable, but like the BC listers in town,
Right.
So there was it was work. It wasn't fun. And that's why I like that I didn't get the job there because I could still be there today, Instead.
You'd be worse. Well, I mean, you already dress like you work at AM radio. Either you do something very boring or you got a lot of money. I know you got a lot of money. I ain't gonna tell the people how I know.
Yeah, well.
Adam Sandler is rich.
That's right.
He probably got Adam Sandler money. Adam Rambler. No, but I've been out to Sam's compound. They got a compound, bro. It's like the shit I'm trying to do, bro. Y'all ready for doomsday?
I always wonder, should we build one of those underground bunkers?
Why not?
Well, it's work, a lot of work.
I'm building one in Georgia.
Are you?
Yeah.
And so what goes into that? And you got to break down the finances because, of course, besides me,
You got to
I think
dig it
everyone wants
first.
to know.
I'm just putting a shipping container
Okay.
and then get it sealed off. Doing it piece by piece, bro.
You're doing it in the ground.
Yeah.
I'm
doing it more so for a hangout for us. I don't really care. Because at the end of the world, bro, if you think about it, if everybody's dead, do you really want to exist?
Yeah. No, I think it can be a lot.
It's fairly cheap if you. Well, my uncle does development, so I it's pennies for me. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
If they're working on a project, they'll just come over and dig a little bit, and then go about, and they'll be like, "Oh, shoot me a few $100 just for the whatever."
That's a good hookup to have because I told you we did a little bit of construction last year.
Yeah.
Calling contractors. Not only is it miserable, it's super expensive.
Yeah.
Because there's 5 other guys that got to make the money, and
Yeah, if you can contract your own stuff, dude, you'll probably save at least 30%.
Yeah.
Because when you were showing me that building and I showed you, I was like, damn, that's kind of.
Yeah.
But you was a contractor, huh?
Yep.
Because you can go negotiate your own price. All right, here's the blueprint. Pour the slab. That's one person. Unless they just give you a steel, but it's also time consuming. But I'm also very cheap. You know, you're cheap too.
I'm the worst.
I remember. Are you Jewish?
No, I'm not, but someone down the line had to have.
Yeah, because I remember that time we went to Publix, how you were acting.
Oh, please.
You were acting cheap as hell.
I bought your girl a sub.
Hey, don't say, what are you saying, bro? What are you saying? There we go.
You got
There
some?
we go.
That fish broke up the
Oh, it's a small one. If he on.
the fish ruined the good
Probably
info
a
there,
small, hey, bro, you can't be, he damn near took, look at this head ass.
David. So is it no good anymore or you still use that?
What?
That bait halfway?
I'm about to put another piece on there.
See, I'm so cheap I would reuse that.
Yeah.
I would just do this. So I'm going to make it You know?
Your parents are nice, but you cheap as hell, bro.
Where do you think it came from?
They nice, bro. They brought us to the house. They were like,
remember my mom offered you food? Remember what she offered you?
Yeah, your parents love. They offered me some slave shit. All right, don't eat no goddamn roasting potato.
No, she offered you a watermelon.
Oh,
I remember.
That is what she offered.
Yeah.
You're right.
You even said at one point during the day, we were 45 minutes away from the house. You go, can we go back and get that watermelon?
Because it was hot as hell. It was like 110 degrees with humidity, bro.
That's why we didn't catch any fish.
I don't be staying in Florida. I stay in Florida, but I don't be here like enough to get acclimated, you know?
Yeah.
We're used to LA weather. Mm-hmm. Texas heat is worse than Florida heat. That nigga ate a majority of my shrimp. Texas heat is definitely way worse than Florida. But I also grew up in this, so like, you bullshitting.
Dude,
you keep letting these niggas eat the bait.
No, I felt it, and
you bullshit.
I tried to hook it, Dave. Listen, I'm trying, man. Listen, we're 0 for 0 right now, okay?
Bro,
Until you catch one, I don't want to hear it.
I'm about to use your shoe. I know that bitch stink. They got that mesh ass ASIC you got on. No, that bitch got some odor in it. Boy, you be sitting over them car engines and shit.
Yeah.
Hey, so we were talking about this, bro. I think it'd be exciting for both of our fan bases for us to put a car together.
I think it would be fun because you know what's more boring than building a car is building it by yourself and not doing anything.
Or listening to you on AM radio.
Oh my God. Look, this is a good one right here. Yeah, I think, well, that's terrible. You're right about that. I think it would be good to build a car, David. I think we got to do one though that like, that fits the bill, that's something that David would drive, because I know you're into these old schools.
There we go.
But I'm into newer stuff. So like, where's something in the middle that we both can appreciate
like
and enjoy?
Like a 2000 Camaro.
2000 Camaro's good.
Or we could do a third gen Camaro with a fuel injected motor.
So I know that you like your old schools.
Yeah.
But you got a couple new rides that you like too.
Yeah.
You ever think of anything like newer and really, it's got that image to it, but it's like a piece of junk, like a Maserati? You ever thought of having a Maserati?
What year?
Oh boy, like 2000, mid 2000s. Like the 4-door, the Quattroporte. You ever heard of that?
Yeah.
It's got a.
We can't do the Ghibli?
Can't do a Ghibli?
How do you say it?
Ghibli. You could do a Ghibli. Those are such junk, man. You might as well buy like a Chrysler 300 or something. It's the same thing.
They look good.
I don't even know if they look good.
Look at that name.
But yeah, I mean, you could do a
You
Ghibli.
call it a Ghibli? What you call it?
Ghibli. Yeah. Those have the same, not the Ghibli, but the Quattroporte has a similar engine. Everyone says the same. It's not.
Can we put
to a Ferrari.
Can we put 22s on it?
On a Quattroporte, you could. I had one that was wrapped. It had a Louis Vuitton wrap on it. You ever see that?
Bro, I'm not hood. That's some hood Miami
It
shit.
had 20-inch wheels on it. It had a Louis Vuitton wrap, and it had hail damage all over it too. It was a real piece of junk. And then when the headliner started falling in it,
close the bezel. Oh, the bezel's closed. Really a little slack. How about this? Put it on your chair. Yeah.
Just put it down.
On the back
you
of
don't
your
be
chair.
touching it.
On the back of your chair.
Here we go. Dude, it feels
Like
like something's on. Look. I'm caught the bottom. Didn't I catch the damn
Man,
bottom?
look at your ass.
That's the bottom.
That's
right
gonna
there.
cost you.
I'm gonna
Give it some slack.
Here.
Yeah, you know.
You don't just pull it a little bit, just like come kind of out. That's the way I always did it.
Yeah, do it. You be fixing cars, bro.
You telling me to give it slack though? Hold on, we got to get.
Pop it. That's how I normally get it off.
How'd I catch the bottom out here, David? This is some big fish.
It might be the TV.
Ooh, that's a really bad.
Let me see.
There. You show us the. So, about the car you want to build. Mm-hmm. You said Camaro. I like Camaro because, see, this is the thing. I'm limited a little bit because you're a big guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, like, I want to say, I looked up a Buick Riata, I think is what it's
I don't
called.
know shit like that.
Well, it was kind of like a cool car.
Make Darius go in the water and get it.
Oh, man.
Here, man, you should see what magic you can do. You might be done for today. Don't break my pole.
I'm not gonna break the pole. I'm gonna break the line though.
Oh, pull it straight back.
This is the distracting part.
That's a
of the podcast.
$5,000 pole, bro.
Oh, please.
You break that, you gonna have to give me that Tesla.
Oh, man.
You did that, Sam.
This is bad. How do I do that?
I don't know. I've never been hung up out here while I was fishing.
How do you get hung up like on a lake like this?
This ain't a lake. It's a river.
Or a river, whatever. You know what I'm saying.
That feeds into the ocean.
But
Might be a manatee.
I hope it's not a manatee.
You going to jail.
Jeez. All right, so give me some. Here's the other. What do you think about So I like the Camaro. I like American stuff. The Maserati was like the wild card.
Yeah, I don't really want that.
Okay,
I'm
good.
not going to drive that. Will we drive a Mazda? Was that right? Nah.
How about a two-door Cadillac, like an Eldorado?
No, I don't like that.
Okay, well,
I'm a muscle guy.
muscle guy. So Camaro's good.
Yeah.
What else is Trans Am? That would fit your, you like
94 Impala, 94 Caprice. I drive a bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
Sam,
this
what
is
the?
really stuck. David, what'd you do?
Let me see.
I mean, I could pull it. We'll tighten it, but
Yeah, pipe it. I can just walk it back. You can just walk straight back. It'll pop.
all right, here we go. How do you hold this thing? Just tighten the hell out of it?
Let me see. You smart, but you kind of. Let me see.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty slow when it comes to certain things.
What the fuck are you on? I don't know. We gotta cut it. We'll get that when the camera start rolling.
All right.
I don't know what you did, Sam.
Is this the end?
No, I'm still fishing.
You got to catch one fish. You ever caught a fish during a podcast?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
a few times. All right, that's enough.
I don't want to break your pole.
Please.
That is one thing.
That's
I don't wanna do.
5,000.
Yeah, I bet this tiny little reel
You
like
see?
that's
No, it's
5,000.
the ball bearings,
Oh yeah,
and it got GPS location on it.
I bet. Wait, Elon invent this?
No, that's a JRE pole. I don't know what you want, but that shows the
right.
quality of my knots.
There you go. It's done for the day.
We don't lose no fish.
I wasn't catching anything anyway, guys. He took me to some.
Oh, Darius, bring that white pole. He want to throw out and reel in. It's on the back of the truck.
He took me to this bougie fishing spot where you can catch anything. We just
Who?
you.
What bougie fishing?
This bougie fishing spot.
How is this bougie?
Look at this place behind us. It looks like a crack house.
Bro, stop saying that. It's being remodeled.
It's beautiful, really. I love it. This is David's new place. I love
This
it.
is Bert Reynolds' old house.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, it looks like it hasn't been touched since Burt Reynolds
All
was in
right.
Smokey and the Bandit. Jeez Louise.
Hey, man, come on, bro. Look at it. It looks like a drug dealer's house.
It does.
One of those Miami
It's
drug.
got those vibes.
Yeah, don't even fix any of that. I like the way that looks.
I had to turn my location settings on before I walked into this
You were
place.
scared? No, it's ducked off, bro. It's cool to stay ducked off.
Yeah. No, this is a great area. And you've got a lot of fun stuff. This is fun. This is different. And I won't tell them exactly, so they won't, find you,
No, you better not. You better not.
Is that 21187?
Well, here's the thing. They're going to come here and not even believe it.
All right, so the one thing that we're all sticking on here is some muscle car Camaro, a Trans Am. Man, I always like that Firebird with the bird on the hood.
Let's do it. Oh, that's perfect. Let's do that one.
And sometimes you see those things, and sometimes they're cheap, but if they're cheap, they're usually rusted.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay.
I like that.
Or you could do something a little bit newer, but do like a, do that theme where you get that big decal. I'm not laying that on.
Oh, look, there you go.
Here we go. Thank you very much.
My brother with his shirt on. He likes fat women. So if y'all, any fat white girls, he wants you. The more disgusting, the better.
Well, there ain't nothing wrong with that.
I seen your wife.
You never see my wife.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
No, I ain't seen your wife.
What do you got to say about her?
Your wife bad.
Be nice.
Your wife bad.
Thank you. She'll appreciate that.
Ain't she a baddie? You show me a picture.
By the way, when he says bad, he means good.
Yeah.
For my viewers.
Yeah.
So I'm going to fish this. This lure's going to catch something, David, out here?
We'll see.
Okay.
It has caught stuff.
I really hope it doesn't catch the bottom again.
No, you're going to reel it.
Okay.
You're going to do the shit. If you break that pole, that's really an expensive pole.
Well, then what am I doing it for? I'm afraid now. There we go. We're out here. We're gonna give it no nothing. We're just gonna reel this slowly.
Yeah. It imitates a wounded fish.
So the big thing is we gotta just ask them too. Let us know in the comments. You like any of these ideas? You like Firebirds, Camaros? You like catching fish? Any of these ideas that we're having trouble with out here today, David, how many times did you bring your cell phone out during the Matt Walsh interview? That's what I want to know, man.
No, this is something important. I have an important meeting.
I'm kidding with you. No, I mean, listen, you think I mind? I know that you called Doug DeMuro. He was busy today, and that's
Who is that?
That's why we got. He's like the OG automotive YouTube guy.
Oh, okay.
Remember the guy that's in? He goes, "This is this car."
I don't watch that.
Look at this. This is why David's the real one, because he only watches me.
Yeah. I barely watch you. I watch a lot of police shooting videos. I like that shit.
That's good too.
Yeah. More white people get shot by cops than black people. From what I watch.
I wouldn't know that statistic. I see the opposite in the stuff I watch.
Because you're a liberal. Yeah. You got to reel it, dog.
I'm kind of letting it. It's floating, I notice. I'm just kind of.
It's a wounded fish. It's supposed to imitate a wounded fish.
I'm letting it do its thing here, David.
Man, you ain't going to get shit.
I'm definitely. I mean, I already. Based on what you've gotten too, I would think that we were.
Yeah, we bullshit.
That's good though. That's what this is all about. I learned how to fish. And David is a professional fisherman, although every time I've gone.
So I fish. A lot of people see me on this YouTube show and they're like, "Oh, you can't fish." I fish with a professional angler.
Yeah.
And he rated me a 7 out of 10 fisherman.
That's good.
He told me with my presentation, my choice, and my switching up a bait. He said you have good awareness for wherever you're at.
Well, what I was
that day we went fishing. I actually outfished him, but I feel like that was just
I remember when we went and you knew about how to, when you got your own lake, how you're gonna
balance it.
What to do, what to fish out, what to keep in, what to throw back. And see, that's the sort of stuff that
when you're working with limited space, you have to keep a balance. So like when I build my lake, it's the balance of I'm a sports fisherman, so I'm not gonna have any like white perch / crappie in my lake. Yeah. So there's a balance of cats and bass and brim. You got to have the forage fish, and then I'll probably have me 2 male carp in there just to control the algae. Sam, I want to ask you. I always ask people, why do you have an Android?
Why do I have an Android? That's a great question. It's just far superior to a Apple iPhone. I've had an iPhone for very short periods of time.
Not when I get that green text message back.
Does it still show up green?
Yeah, you know that.
Well, they got this new thing that's like, whatever, forget that. It shows up green. But I always didn't like that Apple had more control over things. And starting long ago, Apple was stuck on certain carriers and whatever. And so I probably just got the Android first.
Well, who do you have? Verizon?
T-Mobile.
You are cheap.
No, man, T-Mobile's the best network. It's better than Verizon now. You didn't know that?
No.
See,
they did buy a lot of 5G towers, didn't they?
They're like the best.
That's where I worked at before my career started going
T-Mobile?
Mm-hmm.
And how good of a phone salesman were you?
Terrible.
No,
I was there. I had I related to a lot of people. I didn't relate to old people, bro, because like old people would come in, bro, and that's how good they watch their money. If their bill was $2 more than it was last month, they need you to explain why. And I'm like, bro, the fuck? So I'd be real dismissive. I'd just be like, service charges. It could differentiate between each month.
And you don't make any money unless you're selling a phone to someone, right?
So the highest money was definitely opening new lines or adding a line.
So I worked at Sam's Club selling cell phones. And so I got paid, whatever, $7 or $8 an hour. So it didn't matter if I opened a new line. It didn't matter if I did anything, upgraded.
So I would never try.
You would never try, is what you said.
If I'm getting a flat rate, if I'm getting
yeah. Well, so and they didn't really, there was no pressure to, I mean, the carriers would come and be like, guys, you need to sell. They would never even throw you a lunch or anything. They'd be like, guys, you need to sell this new phone. But that's the funny thing is working at Sam's Club, everyone that comes in, like you're saying, they obviously want to save money. They're getting a better deal, buying the phone there.
Right.
And so everyone that came in.
This son coming in now, boy.
You know, it was.
I got this black on like a fool.
It was. Well, it was very easy to sell phones because ours were usually cheaper than everywhere else. But I was in my teens, or maybe 20 at the time. I don't even know. But the other guys I work with had to be in their 60s. They didn't care. And they would be like, yo, I don't even know how to sell a phone through this computer. Wait till the young guy comes in. So I worked part-time and I would outsell them. But again, it's like you're selling cheap phones. 0 commissions, dude.
So why did you care to sell?
Well, I just was there and I was doing my job, you know?
Yeah, so you're a hard worker.
Back then.
And it pays off now with your content. You're a hard worker.
You know, you gotta do.
How many subscribers you got? 1 million?
Somewhere in that 1.5 million, something like that.
Damn, look at Sam.
You know,
you out here.
Casual. You know, it's tough because the whole world, we're really shifting here, but social media, the followers don't matter as much as the viewership. And it's harder to get people to follow now because everything is kind of this TikTok mentality, the short stuff. How do you find yourself watching content? Do you?
On my phone.
You like the short stuff? You like the long stuff? You like both? What do you?
Sometimes I find myself being a fucking teenager. Mm-hmm. I'll go through I watch more Instagram reels.
Sure.
Yeah. A lot of car stuff, a lot of funny stuff, fights, fishing. Yeah.
What's amazing is like each platform has really differentiated itself. But with TikTok, this short stuff, it's hard to get away from, but it's made me angrier.
Yeah.
I look up a tutorial how to change a plumbing valve or something.
You got to watch 10 videos?
Well, you click on one and there's a guy with a 20-minute YouTube video, or there's a short that's 30 seconds long with the same information. So when I, out of habit, I'm a YouTube guy. And I love YouTube, but like you click on the guy's 20-minute video and you'll be like, dang, this guy's still introing his video. 30 seconds on the short, the guy showed you how to fix it, Yeah,
and I get it.
At first, especially when you make videos that are long format, you're like, man, I'll never get into this short stuff. And then once you get into it, and you see, you got that page where you got like some woman twerking 1 second, and you got like a car crash, then you got like some crazy police footage, and you're like, man, I can really get into this,
Yeah.
All in a minute and a half, you see all that.
Bro, so on my truck, you know how it's one of those newer trucks, and you can't put it in neutral. So you have, look at,
He didn't get it.
Oh my God. Did you get that? See, that's a good bait. The damn bird got fooled. Yeah. Bro, his ass like to been flying with that hook in his ass. Here they come. They think it's real.
Baby, I'm not here to catch birds.
So under the steering wheel, there's a thing you have to pop, and there's a neutral. They gone now, bro. Throw it back out there, your little skin.
Yeah, I'm gonna just see if this is like seasoned itself a little bit, made it easier. Damn, it's really in there. So your truck, you got a thing to put it in neutral.
You got to pop under the steering wheel, and then you got to pull this lever,
Yeah.
and it goes in neutral, bro. And
just to put it in neutral?
Yeah, dude, I had to end up calling the place because I couldn't find a YouTube video to do it. $100 for them to put my fucking truck in neutral.
See, that's
because I parked on the hill and I only had like a quarter tank of gas, and my truck wouldn't start, so it had to get flat.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so yeah, that's like the neutral select thing. So stuff like that, man. I mean, I can only imagine that the manufacturers are doing it on purpose because they know, when you buy the car, what do they say? Call Ford Roadside Assistance or call whoever you're buying. And it's stuff like that you see more and more where it's difficult to find just how to emergency stick your car to neutral. And more I'm getting too when I get like a dead car, because all these auction cars have dead batteries, they'll rip apart the dashboard and the center console. And these truck drivers, especially when they think it's like a cheap car, they will destroy parts of the car.
Why?
Because they think they're getting to that switch somewhere underneath everything. And they're not. They're just breaking stuff and they don't know what they're doing. And so even if I got $1,000 or $2,000 car, but it's in nice shape, and they destroy the center console because they're just ignorant or stupid. Right. Like, why are you doing that? And then there's no recourse because you can't ever prove anybody did it, you know? But that sort of stuff you're talking about, manufacturers, I think, they just know. You got to call somebody to get it done. And like, you're going to, hopefully you call Ford Roadside Assistance, who is just a middleman to some other subcontractor. So Ford just got, you know, so much money to send the job to another guy. He's got to pay them, so he's got to charge you more.
It's crazy you were telling me when you opened that Lamborghini that it had some Ford wiring harness.
Well, every car almost, it was on a Ferrari, it had a Ford wiring, connector. And so they borrow parts all the time where it makes sense so they don't have to reinvent things. You know, simple things, especially on exotics. Like the one that I have the most experience with is a Ferrari 360, and it's old now, so it's tough to kind of compare.
Right.
But Ferrari is so cheap in the way they do things, believe it or not. Yes, they use expensive Italian leather on everything. Yes, like it's nice, but like they just care about going fast. They don't care about reliability because they know the owners don't care about it and they'll pay for it. And so actually when you take stuff apart, you'll find that there's less stuff. You know, the German cars are the ones that are really well put together where you have to take off 5 extra things to get to one thing. On like a Ferrari, I'm talking about V8 cars, you know, 12 cylinders can be a different story. Not really. You don't, sometimes you wonder like, why did they do this and make it 3 times harder? Because even if a service guy's got to do it, like that's still taking his time, and the money's in the easy jobs, right? The money's in selling you a $500 oil change that cost them $50.
Right.
And
how much is a Ferrari oil change?
If you take it to the dealer, they usually want to tell you you're getting some sort of service. If it's a new Ferrari, they include it in the maintenance, right?
Okay.
But if you're taking, you know, your 10-year-old Ferrari to a dealer, I think you can expect the cheapest independent exotic shops to start probably in the several $100 range. Taking it to Ferrari, they're probably going to want, I would guess, over $1,000, but they're going to tell you, we're going to check the air filter. We're going to check this. We're going to check. They do a lot of checking, you know?
Right.
So, and that's why like Tesla's interesting because their newest cars are put together with magnets and like push pins. So you can literally dismantle the interior of the car with very little tools, pulling pieces off yourself.
You think Teslas are solidly made?
Well, it depends on your definition of solid.
Good. Do you think it's a good car for the money?
I think, well, I think so, because the technology is just so much better than everybody else. But if you're a fit and finish guy and you like high trims, nice leathers and stuff like that, you're not gonna love it. But if you like tech and you just, I fix my own stuff. So I admire when I take it apart that they have made it, their goal is to minimize the amount of parts in each piece of the car. The less parts, the less to go wrong. The easier it is to take apart.
Okay.
The more efficient it is for the repairman to do it. The more you're likely to say, yes, repair for me. You know, if you took that Land Rover and they told you $7,000 and it was out of warranty, you're going to think in that moment, should I trade this car?
Or should I crash it?
Should I crash this car?
That's what I'm doing.
Or should I pay $7,000 to get a $40,000 car fixed? Should I spend, you know, almost a quarter of this car's value? I know my math isn't great there, but you know.
Yeah. More like a sixth.
Yeah, something like that.
Sixth or a fifth.
But like, that doesn't make any sense in any real world scenario. And you read stories all the time. People go in for a job that an independent will cost $2,000. Dealership will say, that's too much time for us. We'll just sell you a new engine. It's $25,000. That way you go and trade your car. You know, that's like a huge tactic nowadays. Happens all the time.
Yeah.
So.
Damn.
Yeah.
Is there any dream car you want to work on, or have you worked on them all?
You know what? Growing up, all the poster cars I have, with maybe the exception of like the Ford GT, and I've worked,
hard to find one of those, huh?
They're not hard to find. They just have gone up so much, it's hard to justify. The engine in that car is basically the same thing in a Shelby GT500 you can get for 25 grand, you know, but they're 400,000. So
because of the body.
Well, you know, it is mid-engine, it is special, it's very limited production. That's what, you know.
How do you feel about the Corvette, the new one? I feel like they should have rebranded that as something else, because that is when I read the specs and I see the performance, I drove one, I think it can be in the same category with Ferraris and Lamborghinis.
So when you drove it, I'll answer your question, but I want to hear from you. Did you like it? Was it amazing? Was it mediocre?
I didn't want it.
Yeah.
But I've driven a Lambo and a Ferrari, and I drove that, and it's comparable.
Okay. So I have never driven a C8. I've driven almost every other one. Every other modern one, I should say. C4 up to C7.
Okay.
And I've never driven a C8. And I'm almost afraid to, because I love the idea that they put the engine in the back, made it mid-engine. I know performance figures, it's right up there, like you're saying, with Ferrari and Lamborghini for a fraction of the cost. But what I don't like about Corvettes after like the C6 era is they refined them. So it's boring, in my opinion. Like the C7 was all better because it had an independent suspension instead of leaf springs. And but it was the unrefinedness of the prior cars and almost the danger in them that made them fun.
Right.
So when I got a C7, I'm like, oh, this is going to be amazing. I'm going to want to drive this every day. And I thought it was so boring and dull. You saw it, that matte black one that I had?
Yeah.
Couldn't stand it. I like C7 or C6 Corvettes. Again, it probably has to do with me being biased. They came out around my time.
Right.
And I just got a Z06 actually. It should be a fun project.
Nice.
So it's real messed up.
Yeah. How messed up?
Oh, like it took 7 transport trucks to get it out of the lot. Not at once, but 7 different guys because each one declined to take it because they couldn't even figure out how to get the thing running enough to get it on their truck.
Damn.
7, I'm not kidding. I've never heard of, I've seen 2 or 3 a lot because it's a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
We could talk on for an hour, transport business, but 7 guys declined it before one actually showed up and figured it out and got the help of the auction people to get it started enough to get it on his trailer to my place.
Damn, that's crazy.
So,
we didn't catch any fish, Sam.
No,
we had some nibbles.
We had a
that
few
was
nibbles.
Promising. You hung up.
I wonder if it's me because this is like
normally women catch.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. But where can the people find you at? Tell them where they can find you at.
They find me on YouTube.
Oh, there you go.
David, if they're watching this, you find him. You hit that subscribe button. You hit the like button for David. David's a good guy, and he's tough to deal with sometimes. But other than those times,
I'm a good guy?
Yeah, I think you're all right.
Can I spend the night at your house?
Definitely not.
Well, I'm not that good of a guy.
Well, you got this beautiful, this thing.
Hey, stop putting it out there. This ain't.
It's beautiful. It really is.
You already talked shit about it.
I like that you had to lay. David loves this place so much he laid down a garbage bag on top of the mattress before he went to bed last. And I'm not kidding.
No, it got flooded.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
It makes sense. I'm looking at it. Yeah. So,
hey, bro. Appreciate you, Sam.
Thank you, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for checking out another episode of Fishing with David Lucas. We got Samcrac. You know where to find all my dates. DavidLucasComedy.com. I'm on tour. Coming all over the world. Peace.